Hey y'all, I'm Harrison,
Jared.
and welcome to No Tread Garage. Today, we're going to be working on our 98 GMC Sonoma drag build. We are going to be, the transmission's already pulled, but we're going to be tearing apart the transmission, trying to figure out why we have no gears at all.
Absolutely zilch.
None. But we still have forward, backwards, and park, so that's good. But we're going to figure out why we don't have one, two, and three. Um, so stick around, you'll see. All right, so here we have our front pump assembly. We're going to tear it down just a little bit more because the problem that we think we have is deep down inside this here hole. So we've got to take the back off right here. So there's be these 4 bolts, a couple springs, don't freak out, a couple lock rings. Found our culprit. So this is your front pump assembly, your outer gear, and your inner gear. Inner gear is most important because as you can see here in these rough spots, right here and right here, there is supposed to be 2 keyways that are in here. And what those keyways do is when you put your front pump onto your torque converter,
Well, you torque converter on your front pump.
or your torque converter into your front pump, you would
That's
be
how it
right.
normally goes.
Yeah. These 2 keyways are supposed to line up with these 2 keyways in your torque converter. And what that does is it allows a rotational force from your engine to spin the torque converter while inadvertently spinning your front pump gear, which then creates fluid pressure inside of your transmission. Now, what that allows you to do is, like I said before, we have park, reverse, and drive, but we do not have first, second, and third. So the issue that we have is that we have no internal pressure inside the transmission because the torque converter is not interlocking with the front pump gear. So This gear is shot. We have no idea how many miles this front pump has gone without any fluid pressure. So we're going to go ahead and replace the whole front pump. And
I mean, the transmission as a whole, we don't know how long.
Transmission as a whole, we have no idea how many miles are on it to begin with. But we have no idea when this failure began or first became present. And we have no idea how long it was ignored. I do know that when I first pulled the transmission in this, I did realize that the torque converter shaft was showing a lot more than I would have liked it to. What that told me is that the torque converter was not seated fully inside of the transmission, and I thought that was the issue. So turns out it wasn't spinning the front pump at all. So now we know we're gonna get a new front pump, and then we'll test and see how our torque converter is, if we have any stutters, if we have any random jolts or rev flares or drop in RPM when shifting. We'll be able to figure all that out. I also have no idea what stall this torque converter is, which is very important in drag racing because you need to know when it's going to bite. And the most important thing about when it's going to bite is making sure that it is within your power band. So we'll figure out what stall torque converter this is. If we like it, we'll keep it. If we don't, we'll swap it out some on down the line because that's expensive. Front pump, it's going to run about $350, not including shipping, but
And that's from
that is
Jegs?
from Jegs
Yep.
online. It's through Jegs. It is coming straight from the manufacturer. I do not remember the brand of front pump, but I do remember looking into it. It is a good brand. I just suck.
Can't remember the names.
But we'll continue to kind of tear down piece by piece, make sure there's no chunks floating anywhere. All of that looks good. So we're going to put that right back how it was. I do not want to mess anything else up.
Or lose anything.
The other big upgrade that we're going to do to this transmission, we already did a new vacuum actuator. I already checked the governor. The governor is good. It did stick a little bit. You older heads know that the wings on a old TH350 trans, the wings like to stick shut. So those are good. We have our kickdown cable, which I debated on getting rid of, but I do kind of want to street drive this. That being said, need that. But we're also going to go to a electronic speedometer, speed sensor, vehicle speed sensor. So instead of the analog cable, we're going to transfer on over to a digital adapter. So, and been throwing around the idea of painting it. Don't know what color yet. Let us know. Down to pretty much any color. Maybe something that'll pop. Maybe not, because you'll never see it again. But who knows?
But we'll know it's there.
We will know it's there. here we are. Got the transmission pan off so we can take a look at what gremlins have been hiding from us this whole time. Because these are unsailed waters at the moment. So, as you can see, there is some darkness amongst us.
Kind of spilled a little bit.
Which is absolutely no bueno. But are we going to do anything about it, Jared?
We're gonna clean it and hope for the best.
And put it right back. I'm going to take a quick peek under here.
Rag real quick.
Oh, goodness. Have that all neat and organized. So what we'll probably do is we'll probably put a new pan filter in there. Just to make sure that if there's anything gunked up inside of that filter, we do not recirculate it into our new pump assembly. As you can see, there is some kind of dark. This stuff is a little bit more watery. I wonder why.
Been sitting outside for a little while.
Been sitting outside. Our dipstick hole is wide open. It has rained numerous times since this has been pulled out. So there's definitely some water in that pan, but most concerningly is the amount of dark stuff that's in there. And
Spill.
that's purple, and this is supposed to be bright red. So not good. Transmission have lit a party. Just as a representation, I'm white. No, I'm not. So
You're like a purple gray.
like a purple gray. Like a gorilla. Again, if you know, you know. If you don't, get lost.
No, don't get lost.
There's a little Norbit for you. I don't know if you ever watched Norbit.
I have a long time ago.
But, that's another insect. Again, don't really know where they're coming from. There's some larger chunks.
And it's definitely a little magnetic, so. Ooh. I mean,
Where'd that come from?
it just flew and landed on my rag.
I thought you just Harry Pottered that thing.
The golden snitch.
But yeah, we'll get this cleaned up. Show you what the transpan is really supposed to look like. We'll go from there. So when you run into an instance like this, it is best to just get a rag, wipe out the majority, and then go back in with another rag and really clean up all the little parts. Don't waste all your cleaning supplies trying to blast it out from the get-go. Get all the big goops and gunk and stuff, and
Because you want to save that brake clean because you're going to use it for a lot of jobs probably.
expensive. You don't want to dump it right out. You want to kind of get a good little amount of brake clean in there. Kind of slosh it around. It'll draw out all that oil. There we go. Swishy swashy. Dump. Okay. Then you go second time around. Flush everything out. Get all the corners. Use gravity.
Now here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Would you prefer to buy brake clean in bulk or individual cans over time?
In bulk, 100%.
Why is that?
It's cheaper per can when you break down the price of a case of brake clean. It is, I want to say it's about $45-50 for a case of brake clean. If you buy it per can, especially just store brand brake clean, pretty sure this is like $8-9 a can. And a case of brake clean comes with, I think, 12 cans. And like I said, it's $50. So you're getting about half off per can if you just buy it by the case. Now, obviously, that's here, North Carolina. No idea what they're selling brake clean for in New York. I can only imagine. It's like 120 bucks for a case, but
Or in California, that's probably restricted.
or in California, yeah. So, but I definitely just stick to O'Reilly's non-chlorinated. So if you use it on your tools, it's not gonna like overly dry your handles. I know this is a little nerdy brake clean thing, but at my professional job, we use
At your part-time job?
yeah at my part-time job we use Worth brake clean out of a 55-gallon drum, rechargeable cans. And I noticed that when I spray it on my handles, it dries out the rubber a lot.
It does.
It makes this red kind of like a pink. It really just draws all the color out. So you have to go behind it with a lubricant, kind of reinvigorate some life back into your handle. This ratchet is a lot of money, so take care of it. Well, seeing here first, folks. This is tearing down a Turbo 350 to the minimum, about as minimalistic as we can go into this thing.
Very, 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 very basic.
Very basic. I know it looks like a lot. Honestly, as long as you maintain where all your bolts are, you keep them separate together.
You can
Together
label
but
them,
separate.
bag them, tag them, kind of
Bag
deal.
and tag. That's one of my favorite things. I'm pretty lazy about that here in the home garage, because there's only so much stuff moving through here at one time. But as long as you make sure you keep everything in place, kind of where you left it, kind of how you took it out, then you should have no problems taking it apart, putting it back together. You won't really lose anything. Another trick, if you're new to this, if you have something, so say take the pan out, but the pan is threaded, you put the bolts back in the pan right where they go. That way, when you put it back in, you know if this bolt's longer than that bolt, that long bolt goes there.
Another thing you could do, you could take pictures. So you just take a picture of whatever part you're about to take off, and bam, you know exactly what bolts, where they go.
Yep.
You could film it like we are.
Yep.
And like we may be using this video just to know how all the clutches and everything go back together. Who knows?
Yes, because those have fingers that go in certain spots,
Yep.
so that they lock into place. I definitely didn't pay attention to that, and I should have been, but have the video to refer back to.
That's always a plus with filming.
There is transmission stands that you can get. This is a very similar to a transmission table. Most transmission tables have like little oil galleys on the sides that the fluid runs
catches
into.
right here and on the back.
Yep.
And on the sides.
This has a whole bunch of holes in it, so that's why we drained it into an oil pan. But yeah, so this is super basic, super easy. Anybody can do this, honestly.
As long as you have the tools.
As long as you, some of the tools. Obviously, the major things, you don't need electric tools to get this apart. It just helps make it faster. But as you saw, you definitely don't take a front pump out with a flathead and a hammer. It's not how you do that.
And vice grips.
That's what we had. So,
yeah. And we're showing it how to do it with, maybe not the proper tools.
Yeah.
It's like we may have the proper tools at work.
Yes, definitely, 100%.
But we're showing with what tools we have here at the moment.
Yeah. So, but yeah, don't be afraid to get out, give it a try. Take simple stuff apart. Just how you learn. But yeah, that's it for today. Got it all torn apart. We know what parts we need. We know what parts not to touch, because we are untrained on the internals, so we're going to leave that be.
And hope it works well.
Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, then we'll either take it to someone who does know what they're doing, or we'll figure it out and buy the right tools, and we'll do it ourselves.
Yep.
Because that's pretty much the only two ways you can go about it: have someone else do it, or you do it yourself. But get back to you when we have new parts, and show you kind of how we go about putting it back together when you don't pay attention, and see it go back into the truck, see it run, see it move under its own power.
Well, we got a few more things before we get to the full running part.
Steps. It's all right.
More videos on that.
Kind of optimistic, but there is a long road ahead of us.
Very long road.
stay tuned. We'll have some more stuff, like some wiring.
Yes.
Very scary. Ooh, wiring, but
Can get very confusing. But
can get very confusing. But there are many tools, free. I'm gonna call it a tool, but you can get like wiring diagram, like you can build your own schematics, do stuff like that. We'll get into it when we get there, but I think wiring definitely is going to be the next big job that we tackle.
yes,
Um,
we do have a lot of other little small jobs,
a lot of them.
but wiring is going to be a very in-depth, kind of complicated, but also kind of dumbed down in a way, just so an everyday viewer can understand if they're wanting to build their first vehicle.
Yep.
Of the basics of how things are flowing, essentially.
Yep.
We don't know everything.
No,
obviously.
definitely not. We will show you what a schematic is supposed to look like, and then we will show you what our schematic looks like, and we'll let you decide if we did it right.
Probably be 50-50, but
probably.
hope to see you in the next video.